Hello, good morning. You are watching QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Balde. Thanks for joining us. For those that are following us in other parts of the world, we're saying good morning to you. And we appreciate all the feedbacks all the time. They'll be sending messages appreciating what we do here, especially the newspaper review. And on the program today, I have Ansumana Iswanyasi, my colleague. He's here with me. So welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Valde. Good morning to our viewers. I'm happy to be back again.
Yes, happy to be back again. We are back, and on our program today, we'll be doing the African proverb as usual. As you know, African proverb is part of the things that we do on this platform, because we have a lot to learn on these African proverbs, and because they have a lot to teach you. And we'll be doing the newspaper review, and we have our own Mr. Ade Drame. When I said to him, Ade, you are doing the newspaper review, he said, me again this morning. Me again? I said, how can you say me again, Ade?
Is he Mr. Mboch today, or he's himself?
No, this one is
apparently
Ade.
today I'm myself.
This one is the real Mr. Ade. Mr. Ade, you're welcome on this program.
As always, it's a thrill. You know I enjoy coming on and doing the newspaper review, so it's a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. And of course, we'll also do community watch. And today, we'll be having our own Ya Oli Kamara and Churchill Balde. We'll be talking about the upcoming Tobaski Act Style 5.0. As you know, every year before Tobaski, we bring different designers to come together. And so what we have in this country, it is very important for us to have our own culture, our own thing to show the world that, okay, Gambia also have this thing to offer. So we'll be having Yaoli and Churchill Balde. We'll be discussing Tobaski Act Style 5.0. And of course, on social issues, consumer protection in food. We'll be having in food, excuse me, I said food. Don't mind.
I want to believe you haven't had your breakfast.
don't mind me. Okay, we will be having Etienne Silva, communication officer, food safety. He'll be here. To interact with us on the program and on some of things they do. But first of all, we'll go straight to the African proverb. So, and it reads.
Yes. So our proverb this morning reads: "Try and to fail is not laziness."
Try and to fail is not laziness.
Yes, I mean, sometimes people don't succeed at something, and people say, oh, you know, it's because they're lazy. But no, not necessarily. It could be that you did your best.
Yeah.
But maybe your best wasn't good enough. So it doesn't mean that you were lazy. And I think this is like a literal proverb, really, that to try and fail is not laziness. Not to try and fail, that is laziness. And you can sometimes see it, sometimes even we take something literal like an exam. You have people who don't study, they go into an exam hall and they fail, and they wonder why they failed, and others pass that exam.
Yeah.
And the others who pass the exam, they did their best, you know, they studied hard and they managed to pass. And then, you know, some people think that it's magic, but it's not magic, it's hard work. So, yeah.
As much as try and to fail is not laziness, Mr. Adi, but at some point people are afraid to try again after failing. You know, if you try once, you fail, the second time you fail, the third time you won't try.
Yeah, that happens, because what tends to happen is you become worried that, look, I tried something, it didn't work. And I can tell you, and in fact we were discussing this in the office the other day, most of us who took our driving test in England, we actually failed the first time, myself included.
Wow.
Now, yeah, I could have given up and thought, oh, you know, I'm not going to, but, you know, a month later I retook it and I passed. So, you know, there is that aspect of sometimes, you know, you do worry that, oh, you know, but you keep trying, you know, you think, okay, what did I do wrong? And with me, it was one, as the instructor said, he said I would have passed you, but except for one dangerous maneuver that you did right at the end of the test. And so, of course, you then have that in your mind, and you think, okay, I'll go back. When I do the test again, I will make sure I'm aware of that, and I will correct it. And that's what happened. And the second time, I was successful.
Yeah, I watched this documentary of President Obama, and he talks about how many times he's failed exams. He mentions the likes of Michael Jordan, how many times he's gone on trials, about 9 times, and he's rejected. Today, we're talking about what him as one of the best to have ever played the game.
Absolutely.
So it's about, you know, being determined to achieve whatever.
Well, yes, it's very interesting that, I mean, when you look at the biography of very influential people today around the world, I mean, you will see they've gone through so many struggles. I mean, a lot of them will tell you, I've tried certain things for so many years and it didn't work. I mean, the case of Joe Biden, the current president of America, and when you go through his biography, I mean, you'll be like, how did this man finally became the president?
I think this
of
was
the
what,
United
his fourth
States?
bid? In his fourth bid?
You know.
Yeah.
So I think it's not bad. I mean, there is one guy by the name Les Brown. He said, if you fail once, you fail twice, you fail the third time, get up 7th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep trying,
Keep
keep
trying.
pushing.
Keep trying. I mean, as long as, I mean, the thing about failure is that learn something from the failure. You know, why did I fail? But if you don't learn lessons from your failure, then you will keep repeating the same things. And I remember when I was in college, we had a Yugoslav lecturer, Dr. Jovic, and one day he shouted at some guys at the back. And he said, you guys are going to fail again. He said, the reason you're in my class is because you failed. He said, but every time I start the subject, you think you know it already, and so you don't pay attention, you start messing around at the back. He said, that's why you failed. He said, you guys who've been through it the previous times, in fact, you should do better than these guys who are coming into it for the first time. He said, you obviously have not learned the lessons of why you failed. And that always stuck with me, and it made me really pay attention, you know. And so, yes, that is the crucial point. If you fail, why did I fail? What do I need to correct? So if I attempt the same thing again, I do something different and better to make sure that I pass.
Mr. Ade, don't you think at some point it's important for you to learn from another person's mistake? I mean, I've tried doing this. You understand? I failed, and ESO is trying the same thing. Why don't ESO learn from my mistakes?
You know, it's like I always use the analogy when I hear that. Mistakes, success, whatever. Everybody is different. You might say he's doing the same thing, but he's not you. He doesn't think like you, doesn't behave like you, and so on. If I pinch you, you feel it. You will feel the pain. If I pinch Eso, he might not feel it to the extent. Or the pinch that I gave you, he doesn't feel it. So everybody has to experience things for themselves, including, there are lots of people who've gone into another business that other people have failed at. They're doing the same business, but they're doing it slightly differently. Not necessarily that they're learning from that person's mistakes. They're actually looking and saying, okay, that's them. They did it that way because of who they are. I'm going to do it my way, you know. And so it's slightly different. You learn better from your own mistakes, not from somebody else's.
Okay, all right. Well, I was not thinking the same way. Thank you very much, and that's the African proverb. And we'll take a short break. After the break, then we'll go straight to the newspaper review. And like I said, Ade is here, and he will help us go through the newspapers. We'll be back.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
It's happy time. Get 50% off all calls to any network. Enjoy calls every day to any network from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Is it too good to be true? QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that break. Q, shall we innovate, others follow? And we are back, and we'll go straight to the newspaper review. And so you have the Voice newspaper.
Yeah. So let me start with the biggest headline on the front page. It says over 40 followers of sitting Digal detained. Murdered audit staff's brother testifies. Women entrepreneurs urge to expand understanding on revenue laws. Mamadi Kurang adjusts Barrow's government to address high cost of living. Others, wall a virtual tinderbox for catastrophic levels of severe malnutrition in children. That is according to UNICEF. Yes. Okay,
this is the point, and it reads, the port supervisor continues testimony in GAM Petroleum's economic crime case, and of course, mother asks court to send son to prison. Wow, a hard one. Yeah. And Mayor Rohilo wins Raffaella African presidency. Government to digitalize revenue collection, public procurement systems. UNICEF warns looming catastrophic global food crisis. That's what we have. And Mr. Ade, you have the Foroya.
I have the Foroya, and NAWEC PRO comments on the power outages and lack of water supply. Many of us have been complaining about, certainly about the power outages, can't get away from it. And then to the right here, government to develop structures for the implementation of the ATI Act, that's the Access to Information Act. Basse murder case under threat of being, I think they mean struck out, it says stuck out, but I think they mean struck out. Depot supervisor, you've already mentioned, testifies in GAM Petroleum economic crime case. And why is poverty pushing many Gambians on the death row? Scary one. And then there's another thing here, the facts about NAWEC that consumers should know. So it's a full thing. Residents of Jiboro demand electricity from NAWEC, and government accepts reparations responsibility. So the government is actually saying for the previous government, even though we were not the ones in office then, if there are to be reparations, we will accept that as the legitimate government. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, I mean, let's start with a story that you have there. Why is poverty sending a lot of young men or Gambians?
Well, yes, I mean, I think it's the one that the kind of UNICEF thing is what they've taken. It says even though many Gambians are suffering from diabetes and hypertension, have not committed any heinous, I think they mean to say crime, to worry them putting poverty is actually pushing them onto death row. Expensive medicines they have to purchase to handle problems of hypertension and diabetes, making it impossible for most patients to survive. The government needs to provide free medical care to patients suffering from diabetes and hypertension. So that's what they're all. In fact, I thought that this story was actually linked to the kind of
crimes.
The UNICEF thing, report, talking about people starving, you know, because of malnutrition. But actually, they're talking about. I guess what they mean is a kind of death sentence for people who have diabetes and hypertension if they don't get the medication.
If you have diabetes, there are certain foods that you are asked not to take. I mean, at the end of the time, I mean, the foods that you're supposed to take cost you a whole lot.
I was going to say they can end up being expensive, and not everybody can afford that. And so because of that, people end up going with the cheaper option, which is not necessarily good for them.
And it worsens their conditions.
Inevitable.
Especially the white rice. I mean, people talk about this. Especially if you are diabetic, they tell you to avoid taking too much of it.
That's right.
And you know, in the Gambia here, we cannot do without it. Maybe for countries like Nigeria, you have yam, you have cassava, you have beans, you have all those stuff. You know, but I mean, in the Gambia, it's difficult. We don't have all those things.
That's right. For a lot of people, rice is the staple food. It's rice and it's bread, which again is not necessarily good for you if you have that condition. And one of our colleagues, I won't name him, but he said that, you know, if he hasn't eaten rice on a particular day, it's as if he hasn't eaten.
This guy went to Ghana, he went to Accra,
we won't
and
name
he was
him.
roaming all around the streets just to get rice. He's a fuller man anyway.
There is one guy, there is one guy, I mean, actually my dad, I mean, he used to live in Nigeria, in Surulere.
Okay, right.
For a very long time, you know. There was a time he said to me at the house, why do people cook rice all the time in the Gambia? He said to me, in Nigeria, we just prepare beans and cassava, we'll move.
This is it. This is it.
Yeah.
So this one is quite interesting about this. You know, people on essentially being on death row. They're saying essentially it's a death sentence if you have these conditions and you don't have the right medication. Because what it means is that, as we've just said here, the alternatives that might be good for you might be expensive.
Exactly.
And you can't afford them. And then, as they said, it ends up being something of a death sentence.
Yeah, I think what they're doing with the report is to kind of raise the alarm to say, you know, this is happening and it's something we need to look at.
Exactly. Let's take a look at the government digitalizing revenue collection public procurement system in the Gambia. Mr. Adair, how far do you think such a thing is going to at least help the way things work in this country?
You know, for that to work, you need what is called financial literacy. The people who are meant to be using it need to know how to operate on a website where they have to fill in certain details and so on. I mean, they have these in other countries, and certainly in first world countries, they've been doing it for decades now. It's taken for granted. You know, I can't remember the last time, you know, doing my tax or anything in England that I got a paper form. You know, for 20 years, it's all been digitalized, you know. But there, everybody has been sensitized from school to be financially literate and so on. So you need that across the board. It's not just a few people need to be able to do it. Everybody needs to be able to do it. You know, file your tax return, check your tax status, check your pension status, and all those things. You need to be able to know. So you need to be able to read. You know, because that it's an important thing, but I think we're a long way away, which is your question, how far away?
I think it's long overdue. I remember we did this piece on the GRA, on the Commissioner General, you know, announced that, you know, they were working on digitalizing the tax system, and I think it's very important for many reasons. We talk about corruption, we talk about, you know, overpaying sometimes and all these things. I think once you have the system digitalized, you know, it's really going to help us a lot, especially in addressing all these problems we keep complaining about.
Makes it easier to track things.
Yeah.
So imagine all of us are given a unique tax number, your PIN or your TIN, and then you use that to enter something, and then anything you or I enter using that one, we can track. If somebody tries to fiddle with it, delete it, straight away it triggers something saying somebody's tried to interfere with this, because only you or I have our individual passwords. We should not. No one else should have it. No one else will have it.
Wow.
And so, you know, I can send in my, you know, I can file my returns using that individual number that, for example, in England, we have what you call the national insurance number. You hear people talking about NI number. And I've had that since I was at school. And up to now, it's the number that they use to contact me. My tax and everything else references my NI number. And, you know, I left school close to 50 years ago, and yet I still have that number. So that's how long they've been using that system. you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mr. Ade, when you look at the...
In fact, it is 50 years ago, 1972.
You cannot come...
He's been around for a long time.
Definitely. And he still looks very young. Look at Mr. Ade. If you look at us, I mean, you think I'm the elder brother here. You know, I'm older. Mr. Ade, but if you look at the literacy rate in that country and in the Gambia, I mean, when we are doing these things, we need to consider...
Which is my point.
The other side too.
Yes.
There are people who cannot read, who cannot write.
What you get in some countries where they have a similar situation that prevails is that you have agents who actually file and fill these things on behalf of, and of course you need somebody who's honest, who will file the correct details on behalf of a person. So there are ways of getting around it, and as Esso says, it's long overdue. We should have implemented it a long time ago, and it is really one way that it's very difficult to corrupt a system like that. And so, you know, let's bring it on, really. Yeah.
Okay, Esso, any other thing?
There's this very interesting one. The first headline I read, the one on the Voice newspaper, there's over 40 followers of Sitting Digal who are currently detained. Actually, the guy, according to this to the report here, the guy who gave them this report and gave them the names of all those who are reportedly detained is actually on the run. He's on the run. He's wanted by the police, but he's the one who called, you know, phoned him to say, my people are being detained, and he gave them all the names.
Oh, right.
He's on the run.
Well, this is it. It's interesting because he might also be on the run because some of the names that he did not give, you know, the family members of those whose names were given up might also be after him.
Yeah.
So perhaps the police do need to kind of keep him in protective custody, you know, just for his own safety. But that's an interesting one. But this case is going to rumble on and on because every day there's a new story, there's a fresh story around this whole Serendigal thing. You know, we heard about the 7 people who were arrested for setting fire to people. That's right, and now we're talking about 40, you know, 12 houses burnt to the ground. Yeah, this one is not going to go away anytime soon. Yeah.
Exactly. Mother asked court to send son to prison. It must be a very hard one.
It is, but I mean, tell us more, please. So what are the circumstances of the case?
Might be a threat to her life. Okay. A woman yesterday told the Kanifing Magistrate Court to send her son to Mile 2 prison. She made these remarks before Magistrate Koli as the complainant she testified against her son Abdullah, who was charged with threatening violence contrary to Section 84 of the Criminal Code.
Yeah, I mean, a mother, we all know the relationships that most of us have with our mothers, and usually it's good and it's, you know, precious. For a mother to recommend that, she must really feel that her life is, she must know her son probably better than anybody else. And for us to go to what is quite an extreme case of saying, you know, send him to prison, it must take something, and there must be some extreme. And for all we know, the son might be having mental episodes where this is what, you know, provokes the violence. Who knows? I mean, one needs to know more about the case. But this is what can happen, that, you know, you get into a situation where, you know, it's all over the world. Believe it or not, most murder cases are by people who know the victim. You know, the victim is known to the perpetrator because, you know, they know your movements, they know everything about you, and so on. And so so that's something that should be taken seriously.
When I saw the headline, I think the mother I mean, it's still in court, but I think the mother is at least trying to save her life, because there was an incident like this that happened in Brickham a few years ago. I mean, there is a boy who used a brick to hit his father on the head.
I remember that.
And the father died.
I remember that. You know, like Mr. Ade said, I mean, we all know the relationship that most of us have with our mothers, and the fact that she could take him to court alone, I think, tells a lot.
It speaks volumes. Because sometimes, like you said, you don't know the ins and outs of the case, but a lot of young people, they might be unemployed, the frustrations of not getting a job, or the frustrations of life, just, you know, everyday living can get to some people, and it makes them, you know, become violent and unreasonable and so on. So that's quite extreme for a parent to insist, send my son to jail.
Okay. Yes.
Exactly.
So the Rafaela story as well, Mayor Lowe.
Yes.
Big win for Gambian women.
Yes, she's now taken over the chairmanship?
Presidency.
The presidency of it. And yes, I mean, we see Gambians being honored around the world. And I'm not sure what taking over the presidency means in practical terms, you know, what the duties are that come with it, but it's a prestigious organization with a good reputation. And so, yeah, I mean, thumbs up to her and congratulations to her.
Yeah. Absolutely. So with the Rafaela thing, actually, I remember 2-3 months ago, she was elected vice president for Rafaela West Africa. And then she, with the backing of few countries within West Africa, she vied for the presidency as well. Okay. So how the system works is, if you lose the presidency, Rafaela leaves your country. That's how it works. Yes. Right? But if you win, your country, you know, stands this opportunity of benefiting from many projects, and most of them, you know, geared towards supporting women and young girls. And I think for me, this is why I say it's a win for Gambian women. So the president actually, you know, was her main campaigner, the president himself, and he even, you know, was very supportive. I heard her say that this morning on radio, how the president, you know, supported her campaign. The Minister of Foreign Affairs was actually her campaign manager on the ground, and even the Minister of Finance as well. They were all very supportive. So it was government was her main, you know.
It's good coordination, because, as you rightly say, if the person gets the presidency, then the country benefits, not just the individual. So, like I said, congratulations and kudos to her. Yeah.
Yes. Any other interesting?
Yes, I have. Government accepts reparations
Reparations.
responsibility. Says to they're talking about they're referencing the Attorney General and also the well, it says Attorney General, but it was also the Solicitor General who was actually making the statement. But he was making the statement on behalf of the Attorney General and saying that he said the government has agreed to deal with things committed by the previous regime and take responsibility for any reparations. It references the TRRC reports, and he goes on to say the TRRC has established the truth and has presented its report to the government, and it is time to pay up and make up for reparations.
Yeah, I mean, for the victims, I think the statement couldn't be timelier. We are looking forward, I mean, as we anticipate the government white paper on the 25th, and then you have the Solicitor General, you know, making a statement like that. For the victims, I think it couldn't be timelier.
Well, that's right. And I think most people felt that this would be the road that the government would go down. The only caveat, the only precaution was that would there be enough funds? Would there be the funding? But I think international and global organizations will be willing to help with the funding of that.
I went through the newspaper this morning. I saw the guy responsible, I mean, a particular committee responsible for reparation. And they said they don't have enough funds, but they'll try to see how best to do. You know, reparations can be in different forms.
Of course,
you know, creating a way for a person to get medical treatment and all those stuff. But I mean, I think some people are getting it wrong. When you talk about reparation, all they think about is financial reparation.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
It's not just that, but that came through in the TRRC that they actually said during the TRRC sittings that some victims have said the reparations I'm looking for are not financial. They're of other types, you know, and as you said, one of those is medical treatment, for example, and others who've been deprived of a breadwinner. It might be sending the children, on, you know, giving them a scholarship or something, you know. So there are different angles to this.
For me, I think I like the fact that government is showing commitment and the political will as well to really, you know, ensure that all the victims who deserve reparation,
exactly,
you know, are given, you know, the reparation that they deserve.
Well, it's important that, I mean, the government is taking responsibility. But at the end of the time, it's still like when you leave and another government comes in, it's still synchronized as the same government. Maybe the system, the way the system works, you know, that is different, but it's all the government of the country.
It's still
so
the
at the end of the
government
time, we are expecting you, I mean, to take up responsibilities.
And what's important about this, what's crucial about this is that particularly when there have been instances of human rights abuses, the government that comes in that is not abusing human rights, they sometimes feel like, well, we didn't do this. Why are we now paying for it? But that's the nature of things. It's the good and the bad, because it's the government. It's not, you know, this particular government. It's the government of the Gambia, and so they have to pay it. And of course, in a sense, we all end up paying, because, you know, we pay our taxes, and some of those taxes will be used in the sort of financial reparations for sure. Yeah.
I'm trying to find something on sports. You know, I stopped supporting Barcelona when Messi left.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh,
All full support Barcelona.
Is that right?
Okay.
It's you know, you're not the only one. There are lots of people who started supporting them because of him. But you know, he's now at Paris Saint-Germain. He's had a fairly ordinary season, even though they won.
So what is the latest happening in the world of sports at the moment? I'm hearing a whole lot of noise about the Senegalese guy.
Which Senegalese guy?
The Senegalese international
player.
it
is a Ghana Gay. Yeah. So you know, he actually kind of like refused to play because he felt that you know, the color of those numbers, you know, behind their stats for this particular day
doesn't go down with him.
Yeah, isn't, you know, kind of against his beliefs, his religious beliefs. So he declined to play.
He is likely to be sanctioned.
Yes.
And the reason he's likely to be sanctioned is because it was a date that was agreed that on this day all the teams in the league would show solidarity for LGBTQ rights.
Yes.
And so they were meant to wear rainbow, a bit of rainbow color on their shirts. Now the reason he's likely to be sanctioned is that it's the second time he has not played. But the previous time he claimed to have a stomach upset. But it just happened to coincide with the day. So now they're now linking it with the fact that this time he actively refused to play and wear the shirt.
This is what prompted the first one.
And so now they realize that the first one he wasn't sick. That is because he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to. So there have been lots of people actually have sent in messages of support for him and for his stance. And even President Macky Sall has gone on record and has tweeted that, you know, I stand with him, and he says, I'm asking the French football authorities to respect his religious beliefs. So
despite
the reason why they might crack down hard on him is because if you look at the big leagues in Europe, France has more Muslim players than any other league in Europe. And if one Muslim player gets away with it, as they see it,
and he's getting support from other Muslim players.
That's right. So if they don't sanction him, then on the 13th of May next year, the others might want to do it.
They will all refuse.
And so they won't allow that. They will crack down on him, and they will set an example with him, or they will just give him a warning that don't do it. But they won't just brush it off.
Yeah, there's a lot of backlash, really, especially from the media.
Well,
but then he's also getting a lot of
support. He's getting a lot of support from footballers around the world, actually.
Thank you, Mr. Ade, for coming on the newspaper review. I appreciate this. I mean, Mr. Mboj, Mr. Ade, a whole lot of things to learn from you.
Yes,
we are trying to be like you.
Lots of years on the clock between us.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take a short break. After the break, we'll go straight to Community Watch, and we'll be having our own Yaoli Camara here and Churchill Balde, and we'll be discussing Tobaski Style 5.0. We'll be back.
This is Yaoli Marketplace Camera. The same one.
Tobaski ak Style 2022 loolu laa wax de man waaw kay boo gisee nag ñu di ko waajal depuis léegi dañoo bëgg nag yokku cere dolli ñeex li ko waral nag QTV dañu bëgg saa yu ñuy def dara képp ku ci nekk rek gis ci sa bopp moo waral nag this time ñu bëgg koo yokku nag yaatal ko nag géew bi nag dañu ko yaatal ba mu yaatu lool ba tax ñu ngi woo designers yépp ci biir réew mi waaye yow mi nekk sax bitim réew bëgg ñu wane nag say product jokkol ak QTV da ci am solo nag bu baax a baax ba tax nag ki nga xamante ne piis lay jaay ci marché bi bëgg naa wane ay piisam ak ay xeetu piis yi mu yor ñëwal ci biir Tobaski ak Style 2022 moom la ñuy waajal xanaa war naa neex dama ne nag kaay leen ngeen won ma seen mënin ma wax leen seeni cumbukaay ba tax nag jokkoo leen ak ñun ci nu mu gën a gaawee ci 32 44 44 4 ak QTV ak Tobaski ak Style yéen ñi rek ñu tax toog yow rek ci jongoma cey.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75C and $100C and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10C to $100C using eFunkanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. eFunkanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account.
Welcome back from that break, and of course we are back again, and we'll go straight to Community Watch. As I mentioned earlier, we are preparing for our Tobaski style, but this time around I wouldn't be left behind. I'll have to be there 100%. If you know, QTV have been busy doing this for many years. I've been bringing a whole lot of designers, a whole lot of beautiful models on one stage to celebrate what we call style, the way they dress, I mean, the way they do their things, is the way they do their things.
Yep.
You love it?
Yep. I mean, I think it's one of those programs that comes, you know, annually on QTV. It's a QTV program, and it has helped expose so many designers in this country.
Absolutely.
And giving them a platform as well.
And to help us shed light on the Tobaski style today, we have our own Yaole Kamara with us in the studio, and Chochel Balde, my own brother. Yaole, welcome.
Thank you, Balde.
Chochel, you're welcome.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
very
us
much.
today.
Yes, Yaole, take us through the Tobaski style.
Thank you, Balde, for having me on the show, and Churchill. Tobaski Style is a QTV program that we have been doing for about 4 years. This is the 5th year, and every year we come with different style. Production wise, we're doing absolutely great, and we hope we will do much better this year. And we have beautiful designers that will come with different designs. And also Tobaski Style is basically here to support Gambian talent, because QTV is here for Gambia, and also we're here, most of the things we do it for Gambia, to promote Gambia, so Gambia people can see what Gambian tailors can do as well.
I understand. I mean, during the event itself, I mean, we have a whole lot of tailors that will come and showcase what they can do. At the end of the time, what feedbacks do you receive when it comes to this Tobaski style?
We get amazing feedbacks from tailors and also from people watching, because last year what we did for them, Q Group returned back their 10,000 and give them another extra 10,000, which was something that the designers themselves didn't expect. That was something they didn't expect. Imagine you paying 10,000 and then you get your 10,000 back, and then you get another 10,000 on top of it. Also, you get the platform where you can sell your products and people will see you all over the world. We got amazing feedbacks.
Interesting.
It's like it was given to them for free, huh?
For free, yeah.
For free. In fact, they give you back your money, and they add another money for you.
You know, but there's a lot of benefits if you look at this Tobaski style. Not only is QTV providing a platform for these designers, but also, you know, you look at the models as well. They get to benefit from this program. The TV benefits. The audience also. I mean, people like me and you who want to,
definitely,
you know,
just to go
look
and
really
see.
Beautiful, you know, out there, look really handsome and nice. You know, you want to wear something unique. I mean, through the program, you get to see different styles. So there's a lot of benefits, really.
C-Boy, you're welcome on the platform once again. Yes, take us through what qualifies a tailor to be part of this.
Thank you very much. Beautiful viewers out there. It's your boy Churchill Balde, and I'm here on behalf of QTV to talk about Tobaski Style, which is one of our most anticipated program that happens annually. So before I answer your question, I just want to run us through the history behind Tobaski Style. Tobaski Style dates back in 2018, and we've been doing it consistently. Every year there's improvement, there's the expectations are high, you know, giving people what they want. So coming to your question, what qualifies a tailor to be part of the Tobaski Style? Okay, to make this clear, QTV is not doing this to gain any financial gain from it. like my colleague Yauli stated, this is a platform in which we invite all designers from all walks of life to come and showcase what they have. You know, Gambia have so many talents, amazing people doing exceptional when it comes to the art of tailoring, you know. So it's easy. It's just a fee to be paid, which is 15,000. Yeah, that qualifies you to be part of the participant to take place in the Tobaski Axtal.
Eso foog naa yaa ole daf ñu war a olofal tuuti.
Waaw
pour ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi seet.
Waaw exactly.
ata yaawle ñëwal si Tobaski ak style.
waaw eso jërëjëf comme ni ko gars yi xamee xam naa ne Tobaski ak style ñu bëri miin nañ ko parce que ñu ngi koy def for the past 4 years this is the 5th time Tobaski ak style programme boo xamante ne la QTV daf ko indi pour dooleel ndaw ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi yëngu ci li nga xamante ne mooy ñaw bi parce que QTV ku ko xam rek xam ko ci dooleel ndaw ñi depuis bu ñëwee ba léegi macha allah ñu ngi gën a def loo xamante ne mu ngi yóbbu ndaw yi si kanam especially ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi si ñaw bi ñoom tamit baax na pour nit ñi gis leen xam tamit ne Gambien yi mun na ñëw mun nañoo gis loo xamante ne nit ñi fogeewuñ ko because saa yuñ ko génnee rek nit ñi gis ko nit ñi gis li Gambien yi mun xam nga ñu bëri time boobu noonu dañ daan dem ba Sénégal dem jënd piis foofu noonu dem ñëwlu ji foofu waaye gis nga Tobaski ak style ba mu commencé ba léegi ñëwkat yu bëri ñu ngi ciy gis seen boppa ñoom parce que nit ñaa ngi leen a xam all over the world loolu QTV moo ko waral moo tax ñu dellusiwaat fii nii rek pour defaat ko rek comme niñ ko tàmbalee di def waaye this year incha allah dañ am special designer bu jógee ba Sénégal mu ngi mel ni comme mu ngi laa wone la Tobaski ak style mu ngi gën a grow parce que dañu am special designer boo xam ne mu ngi jógee ba Sénégal moom itamit dafaa ñëw bokk si Tobaski ak style ren moo tax ma bëgg a wax gars yi nañ gën a pare de parce que ren dina garaaw de
soo du yomba
fekk fi ay ñawkat yu bëri registration bi nu mel process bi ndax dafa da ngeen ko tëj fu mu nekk au still
non tëjanguñ ko waaye limited space lañ am rek ñu ngi wax ku am interest mun ngaa gaaw nga ñëw parce que dañu am number boo xam ne moom lañ soxla suñ ko amee rek dañ koy tëj te bugga nañ lu ci bëri Gambien si ñi gën si bokk parce que ndawi Gambien yi lañ bugg a génn ñoom lañ bugg a fesal ñëpp xam ne ñii mun nañ ñëw te li ñoo def rek mun nañ ko te xam nañ ko am nañ ñëwkat yu demee ni Olistren jigéen la boo xam ne mu ngi si ñëw bi mu ngi def macha allah am nañ SND ñooñu kooku moom miin ngeen ko parce que moom moo ñu di ñëw lu bëri am nañ ST xale bu ndaw la waaye moom itamit mu ngi jàpp si ñëw bi am nañ Malinas Creation am nañ Buso Creation moom this is the first time mu ñëw si Tobaski ak style am nañ ñeneen ak ñeneen Ada dina ñëw Aka dina ñëw incha allah rabi ñëw tamit dina ñëw Kara Creation dina ñëw bu soobee yàlla.
Before we go, what are we expecting this time different from last year?
This time is going to be a whole lot of ambience, entertainment. Previous years we were using one trend of entertainment, so this time around I don't want to let that cat out of the bag. I just want to wait. Hold on, because
surprise.
I want them to be surprised.
Say that,
exactly. I'm not going to do that. If you want to see the art of entertainment in another form, please buy your tickets. Tickets will be out next week.
Number. So they am not designer bu nekk di seetaan.
Mu buga bokk.
Address bi au number
32 44 444 pour bokk si Tobaski ak
style bi benn pour sa mbokki poli
daal di tooñ
ñu poli nañ gaaw li
32 44 444 pour nga bokk si Tobaski ak style bi ak pour dina ticket
ngay def li si des yëpp
pour nga bokk si Tobaski ak style bi ak tamit pour sa ticket si because without tickets entry moom dafaa nekk problème.
waaw ba pare ñu ngi oo tamit sponsor si képp ko xamante ne da nga bëgg a sponsor show bi rek mu nga call the same number soo ñëwee rek ñu defaral la parce que di nga am advert si biir before inside after the show dinañ la mention as sponsors dinañ génne sa logo bi ba pare even si promo bi tamit you will be included as well.
te dinañ mention sa tur.
product placement yëpp ku bëgg a product placement sa product si nga bëgg ko wane si bés bi loolu tamit allow nañ
before
lu important event bi is taking place at Q City. The event is taking place at Q City and the time is 7 p.m. 7 p.m. sharp we are starting the program.
Okay,
so be on time. Be on time.
Ku bëgg a sponsor nga ñëw.
Waaw sponsor leena la bàyyi xel si Gambia, let me say Gambia because I cannot talk for other countries. Ñun advertisement diga we don't know the value of advertisement. Loo moo nekk suñu problème. Understand? So comme businessman yi.
te bokk na si lu jaay business.
bu baax
exactly dooleel sa boppa dooleel askan bi.
No, why I mean not even Gambia. Why so seetee Senegal? I can remember there was a businessman bu ñëwoon fii ma charge ko advertisement mu ne wane li ngeen de charge advertisement man ko mu ne wane very cheap
dafa cheap compared to other people.
And you know what relatively cheap. He paid instantly. But this is very cheap. That's big money for us.
And advertisement is one of the things that sustain your business. Why it sustains your business and then also adds value to your business.
And talking about advertisement, anybody could book advert QTV. These are the people you contact.
Definitely.
Yaoli,
Churchill Balde. And these are the brains behind the Tobaski style. So thank you very much for coming on this platform.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Event bi rombe tam dinañ leen invite at fi ñu tok ñu wax affaire event bi maybe sañu ni wala seen ñew kat yi ak seen design
bala event bi sa maybe a day before the event dinañ delasi wat
comme gëna tam gaay ñew Tobaski ñu style
waaw dañu wara solo
design kañ ñu ngi paré
ci leen seen jabari ñu ñew gis understand seen jabari lu la fa over important.
Thank you very much for coming, and we'll go to we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll be having food safety with us, and Etienne Silva will be here, communications officer at the Food Safety Quality Authority. We'll be right back.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using eFunkanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS, eFunkanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply. It's happy time. Get 50% off all calls to any network. Enjoy calls every day to any network from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Is it too good to be true? QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care. Welcome back from that break, and of course we'll go straight to social issues, and we have food safety with us in the studio. And we have Bakari Conte and Musa Jimbara from Food Safety. And the Food Safety and Quality Authority of the Gambia is established by an Act of Parliament called the Food Safety and Quality Act 2011, and it became operational in 2013. Their main role is to see how best to protect certain things that are happening in the country, especially foods that are imported in this country, to make sure, the right things are done to protect consumers. But we have a short video, that we'll be watching right now, and we did a story on certain things that are happening in this country when it comes to food, the way people handle certain things. We'll take a short look at that video.
This was in relation to a truck, that is currently in police
loaded
custody,
with rice and
but we'll get to the details.
We'll be back.
This truck in the custody of the Banjolining police station is loaded with a consignment of 100 bags of rice, each labeled 50 kilogram. It was to supply businesses, but along the way, some criminal activity happened, allegedly committed by these four suspects. Here's an update about the alleged crime from the Deputy Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Police Force, Inspector Aliu Jamanka.
They will use this truck as you are seeing here and extract the rice into empty sacks that are already labeled with 50 kilos on them. So once those empty bags are filled, they will sew it and sell it into the market. It will appear as if the rice is an imported rice when actually it was stolen from the rice that they are supposed to go and supply to businessmen.
Following their arrest by the police, each of the suspects has been charged with theft. The four, who are aged between 20 to 42, are Bubagay, Kalilumane, Numo Mendi, and Morinjai. They include laborers and a driver. The police chief of operations at the West Coast region, Chief Superintendent Bakeba Suso, explains how the suspects operated.
So this is how they operate. And what they will normally do is, I as a buyer or a businessman, if I buy rice, transporting from one end to another. Because according to them, one of the suspects mentioned that they have a brief stop before entering Denton Bridge, whereby they spend about 30 minutes. Maybe during that 30 minutes, that was the time they were throwing this rice.
Two of the suspects have pleaded guilty to the charges against them. Two are Gambians and the other two are Senegalese.
The first accused person, Mumudou Njai, confirmed to investigators that he has been doing this thing. He has been involved in such a practice for the past 1 year, 6 months. And according to him, in every 100 bags loaded in the truck, they will be able to extract 5 kilos from each bag.
The arrest of these suspects comes after the police acted on a tip-off from the General Transport Union. Since then, both organizations have collaborated on the investigation. Here is Omar Cisse, the president of the General Transport Union, and the West Coast Region Police Commissioner, Pate Jallo, at the press briefing.
Because for me as individual, sometimes I go to stores, I see some bag of rice, I feel those bags are less than 50 kilos. No, I think we are all Gambians. We need to understand ourselves, because this bag needs to be, go back to our poor people, vulnerable Gambians, buy from the, the shopkeepers. So for that sort of thing, we are advising all general public to stay away from it.
Then after having such tip-off, we relay it to the Gambia Transport Union, who were also very active on it. This is why the president of the Transport Union is here in the names of Omar Sise. Then we share those informations. When he happens to see such, he reported the matter. Immediately, we dispatched officers and they were arrested.
The Deputy Police PRO used the occasion to make a clarion call to the public for people to be vigilant and share with the police information on suspected crimes committed across the country. The police plan to take these suspects to court after further investigation on the crime allegedly committed.
Welcome back from that story by Mohamed Lamin Choi. And it's unfortunate, I mean, such things are happening in the country. I mean, it's not only extracting rice from those bags, but I mean, the bags they are putting them, whether they are hygienic for people to use it.
These are bags they just pick from anywhere, and I think for me that's the dangerous part of it. But it's good that we have
we have Musa Jimbara and Bakari Conte from Food Safety. Gentlemen, welcome to This Morning.
Thank you.
Yes. First of all, let's start with you. We've seen that story.
Yes.
And tell us your mandate.
Okay. First of all, I will thank you for having us here. And then I will just want to brush on what you mentioned about our mandate. So our mandate, you can summarize it into three. But the most important part of our mandate is contribution to consumer health and safety. Then the second part will be facilitation of trade, and then the control of fraudulent and deceptive business practices. So this is where this one will fall under.
Absolutely. And talking about your mandate on contribution to consumer safety.
Consumer health and safety.
Health and safety. You look at those bags, that this rice they're stealing, that they're putting in. Quite unhealthy.
Okay. From what I have seen, yes, they are using bags, and then I don't know actually where they get the bags from.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to be talking from the scientific point of view. So, if they are getting these bags from places that are not, like, for example, not from importers, then most definitely the bags may contain contaminants. So in that case, yes, it is not in line with food. In fact, the practice itself is not in line with food safety practices or standards.
So what about now, if you know these bags, you don't know if these bags are contaminated or something is wrong with the bags.
Yes.
What is food safety going to do to make sure, I mean, they get a clear information, these are not genuine bags, but the bags, they look clean?
And what advice would you give to everyone watching now? I mean, all of us who buy rice, what do we look out for? What should we look out for?
Okay. Okay. First, we need to agree that the practice itself is fraud. It's not accepted. Okay. And the fact that they are tampering with the bags means that they are deceiving the buyers. And then there is an authority or an institution in this country that is mandated to look into such matters, called, I believe, weights and measures. Okay, but also if you come under food safety, because one of our mandate is to control deceptive and fraudulent business practices, this will also fall under that. So what we are going to do as an institution will be, we are going to investigate the matter. The fraudulent part, that one is already established, so but we are going to see what are the composition of the rice in the bags. But I also want to make something clear here. Now, when the rice comes, it comes in brands and also in different varieties. And then each brand of rice or each variety of rice, they have what they call risk profile. Okay? And then different brands or varieties have different risk profiles. Now, if you are taking rice from different bags, from different varieties and also from different brands, you are mixing different risk profiles. And then, now for example, let's say if one brand of rice, because I don't want to mention names, it will be against the law. Sure. So if one brand of rice, like for example, if the risk profile of one brand of rice, for example, aflatoxin or let's say toxin content is higher than the other, you are mixing them, then definitely you are also exposing the one that has a lower risk profile. So that alone is against food safety standards.
Okay, let's bring in content now. He mentioned investigations and all that. Take us through your registration and enforcement mandate as well.
Yes, let me begin by further dwell on the mandate of the authority. Food safety itself, as he rightly say, is established by Section 3 of the Food Safety and Quality Act of 2011, with the core mandate of overall control of food product in terms of safety and quality. So any food business operator under the Act who places food that is unsafe, unfit for human consumption is liable for an offense, and if anybody is found wanting, you will face the full force of the law under the Act.
Yes. And food safety, how serious are you when it comes to controlling, when it comes to controlling certain foods in the country? I went to an extent where there is a particular junction in Serekunda called Marse Expire. and you know that. You know this is where we sell, this is where they sell expired products. You buy a product and you look at the date, I mean, it is expired, and you know that. And you did not do anything about that market.
We have, like...
and you are enforcing?
Yes, we are enforcing against food business operators who are not in compliance under the Act. We have food inspectors who go out on daily basis to inspect food establishment. If any of them is found wanting, the matter will be reported to the office, and then we will take enforcement exercise procedures against that food business operators. We have prosecuted food business operators who are found wanting under the Act, and then we have confiscated food products that are unfit for human consumption. We have disposed, recently we have disposed several food products that are unfit for human consumption. Almost on daily basis we are on enforcement exercise.
Just to add on
selling of expired food and consuming expired food.
Okay, just to add on what Bakar has just talked about. You know, you've mentioned a Johnson called
Marse Expire.
I am hearing this for the first time.
Yes, I am also hearing this for the first time.
I was surprised to hear.
Yes.
I mean, if you go to Marse Expire, Serekunda, opposite the Lion House, I don't know if people know where the Lion House is. They call it Marse Expire. You understand? Yes.
Yeah. So, I am just hearing this, and I believe my colleagues are also just hearing this. But if it exists at all. Now, food safety, there is one thing that the public needs to understand. We are a staff capacity of less than 90, and we are to take care of the food safety and quality matters of this entire country, like 2.4 million people. So food safety is everybody's business in that we all have a say in it. We cannot be everywhere. So that's why we are doing more of sensitizations. Now, you talk about official control. If we are actually serious about control, according to the Act, Section 43 of the Act states that official control can be in one of the many ways. For example, you can do inspection, which is an official control. You can do sampling, which is official control. You can do registration and then licensing, which is official control, which is where he comes in. You can also do import-export inspection, and then you can also do examination and then verification of food safety management systems. Now, what we do as an institution, the law says before you operate a business, you need to come and then register with the authority. Many people are not doing that in this country. But we go outside and then we talk to them. You need to register your business. Because now, if you do not register your business, in the first place, we don't know you exist. Registration is very important. We don't know you exist. And then we are training them. The YEP project is here. You know, it is supplementing government effort. We have trained a lot of food operators in this country on good hygienic practices, on Food Safety Act, on food safety quality, on good agriculture practice, and then a lot of other things. But we are doing our best. We cannot be everywhere. Now, for example, if you hear that and then you've witnessed those things, so what you could have done is there is a toll-free line. We can just call that line. And then you are not going to pay anything. I believe you are a fuller, so maybe you say, okay.
So my credit.
So Balde, yes. Just quickly, I am made to understand that it's not Marse expired, but expiry junction rather. And the foods that are sold there, not expired food, but almost
but
expired
about
food.
to be expired.
So
I mean, it's all the
so
same
before
thing.
they leave, I would actually want them to advise against buying, selling and consuming of expired food.
Just to come in, Mr. Nyasi, just to buttress on the registration, the National Assembly enacted a law in 2020 called Licensing and Registration Regulation, which require all the food business operators in the Gambia to register with us, depending on the category of the businesses you are doing. Okay. So we have a database in the office. With this registration now, we have food business operators, all of them, we will, whoever is registered with us, we will have you in our system, so that it will enable us to monitor and ensure that...
Thank you. Time is against us, but I mean, we'll invite you another time.
Yes.
Because we have a lot to ask. We need to deal with food handling in our streets, wrapping with newspapers.
Well, we are going to have food safety here.
Again. Can I address the point that
just in
summary? Yeah. So you talk about now, for example, in determining the expiry date of food, there are a lot of things. They are scientific, so I'm not going to talk about those ones. But now let's come. If food is in the market and is not yet expired, we cannot condemn that food. By law, we cannot. But what we can do is, if the expiry date is coming, or what we have been doing, we can advise the business operator to put them on special offer. Okay, so that you do not go into losses, because remember I said one of our functions is to facilitate trade. So we can advise you to do that. But also it comes to the responsibility of the public. If you see an expired product in the market, you are not supposed to buy it.
Fullers and said.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming on this platform. With food safety, we have a lot to talk about. We'll contact you again so that you can come on this platform. Maybe we give you 30 minutes or 35 minutes.
We will appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much for coming. Viewers, we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll go straight to Click. And we have Boba Fati in the studio already with his guests. We'll be back.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with, and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222. Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. Kanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using Kanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. Kanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply. It's happy time. Get 50% off all calls to any network. Enjoy calls every day to any network from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Is it too good to be true? QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 1.
Welcome back from that break. And of course, we'll go straight to Click segment. And Skengman is here. And Skeng, today I am very happy to see one of my favorite in the studio.
I know, obviously. Same to me as well, man. Good morning, guys. I'm Skengman Sweezy. And with me in the studio, man, trust it, I have Pascal, the right maestro, and Kavi.
Yeah.
Jaden Jeff, you guys, welcome to the show, man, Kavi.
Nice, man. Content here.
Yeah. Pascal, welcome to the show, bro.
Abalen museno pay mawlen my kan domin jago aksina making be abadan album bange ñoma drop bom ni Taliban rapper dis ma fi fele boy taxut ma fale la yo it's your boy Pascal abug na jako diga four yalla ndo deal. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, man. So Kavi, tay you in the Gambia, I def so solo, you doing your thing on your own, man. Yeah, don't forget actually. Lan mo la duga ci music.
Bo d'abord maa ngi nuyu waa plateau bi yëpp di nuyu waa Gambia bu baax a baax te vraiment di wax niñ ma teeroo ci dëkk bi neex na ma torop ndax nit moom boo déggee fa laa dëkk rek daa fekk niñ la def moo tax vraiment ñu jàpp ma yëg ma donc tey damay sawar ci wax kan mooy Kavi moom bi may dugg ci musique nag passion la woon maanaam bëgg-bëgg la woon quoi comme ni ko nit ñi doon defee rek bëgg dara def ko mais tey fi ma toll tey yamatul ci bëgg-bëgg mais tey fi ma toll tey industrie la tey fi ma toll tey mën naa ne li français di wax gagne-pain mooy sama dund. donc fa laa toll actuellement.
so lan moo la dugg si façon musique bi ne la ko di def.
bon xam nga tey ku xam Casamance. tey boo nekkee ku xam Casamance laa wax parce que Casamance tey xeet yu bëri ñu ngi fa. mais boo nee musique Joola ñëpp ñu bëri li ñuy xaar mooy dégg woo kii karab et cetera xam nga. léegi Kavi nekk benn artiste boo xamante ne nii ñëw na yàlla dooleel ko. mu ñëw pour innover musique Casamance. tey ba tax na tey yaa ngi koy mën a déglu te doo xam li ma wax te mu lay neex. keneen ak keneen ak keneen ak keneen. donc ci innovation boobu ci la ñu nekk moo waral xeetu musique bi.
Exactly, man. So Pascal, welcome to the show, man.
Yo,
it's the first time on the show.
Sure.
You're about to drop your song. Your song is dropping today, man.
Sure.
Doing it big on your own, man. Let's talk about you and your music career. First of all, you're from Brikama.
Yeah, sure.
And we know how Brikama is. Brikama is a town of music, man.
Sure.
You've been doing music for a while now, but you decided to drop something this year, which is really big. We're going to premiere it here today, but let's talk about the music that you're about to drop and the project you've been working on.
Yeah, for me it's like I'm just starting, you know. It's like I'm just starting because it's like I've actually like officially I started music way back in 2018, but then like, you know, I was trying to gamble or trying to find a way, the direct way or the route, you know. It's hard, you know, we all know, but then glory be to God. It's like we found a way now, and then we're doing the right thing at the right time.
So what is the biggest thing you're working on as an artist? Because you've been on the low for a while, man. And now I was told you're about to drop something bigger. But what is the biggest thing you're working on as an artist?
Viewers are telling me to tell Pascal to put his cap up.
Pascal, put your
not from me, but people watching outside.
Okay. See your face.
They just sent a message
of the cap.
Yeah, you take it off then.
No,
take it off.
Yeah. Oh!
Exactly. Don't forget, he's a brother of Chris Black.
Are you happy now?
Exactly. I know they're happy, man. So let's talk about what you're about to drop. The biggest thing you're about to drop right now.
Yeah, sure. It's been a while. Like I've been on the low, like for about 2 to 3 years. We've been working. At times I have messages or calls from people asking if I created music or not. But then that wasn't it. You know, we are at a stage that you know that like we've chosen music as we've left everything behind and chose music as our career and all that. So that's what we have. For me, the difference I have with other artists, I'm not here to criticize or say something bad about anyone out there. But then for me, like it's a career that I have. So I'm working on myself, you know. I'm working on myself right now. So I was trying to find the direct way, the route to get up there, you know. So, you know, I was working on myself and then on the craft as well. So right now we have a lot of songs installed, you know. But right now we have to drop an EP first, then come with an album as well. But before those projects we have promotional songs to drop.
For real, man. So Kabi, sometimes Hale, what façon music do you listening to?
Bon man damay donte yàlla def na ma sénégalais. Mais xam nga musique bu ci nekk ak période am parce que temps yooyu R&B moo xewoon fii xam nga ay 50 Cent boo deful tubéy bu ngande boo ko xam nga voilà gis nga mais dafa waaw gis nga bon man nag dama nekk mélomane man bépp xeetu musique laay déglu mais actuellement nag jamono ji ñu toll mën naa wax ni nigérien laa ëpp li may déglu fi mu nekk nii mais jamono bu njëkk moom R&B laa doon bëgg déglu
so sa relationship dama bëgg a xam sa relationship ak Gambian artistes yi because xam na ne last week dama gis benn vidéo yow ak lii na xam nga exactly man so dama bëgg a xam sa relationship ak Gambian artistes yi
bon wax dëgg fa yàlla lu rafet la et puis ay nit ñoo xam ne tamit ñu nangoo liggéey lañ donc sama relation ak ñoom mi ngi rafet maa ngi wax ak ñenn ñi voilà du ma tudd tur na mais maa ngi nuyu ñëpp voilà mais maa ngi waxtaan ak ñenn ñi téléphone ay projet mi ngi commencé di juddu ndànk ba après ci kanam sax xamaa di ngeen gisal seen bopp ay surprise yu bëri insha allah
so dama bëgg a xam sa relationship bi yow ak Lina because Lina dafa ñëw fii mu ne she said she likes you mu ne dafa like
man doon ko like
est-ce que man
that is clear, that is crystal clear
like Kabi on stage dama seetaan ay performance am yu bëri xam nga nu mu dee yëngatoo énergie bi fan la ko dee jëlee
boo xam nga comme ni ma ko waxee sànq musique bi tey sama gagne-pain la sama dund la te dama jàpp ni nit ki bu bàyyee nelawam jaay lalam ñëw xamoon nu mu def ba am benn 500 mu dagg ticket kooku war nañ ko mën a satisfaire and then yow war nga mën a jaay sa bopp tey stage dama jàpp ni stage moom may jox ma añ stage moom may jox ma lekk stage moom may jox ma solo donc lépp fa laa ko war a joxe
Kabi, that's right. Before you come with your question, now Pascal, you're dropping a video today, man. It's a big video for real, man. I want you to premiere it right on QTV. Talk to your viewers.
Yo, y'all know the deal. It's your boy Pascal Abuk Nanjako, and right now y'all know the deal. It's the video that everybody's been waiting for, and then we're about to premiere it here live on QTV for the first time.
Let's premiere it and come back, man. This is Pascal, man. He's doing it big in the music industry as well, man. Let's watch this and come back. And when we're back, we're going to have Kabi as well. We have a lot of questions for him as well, man. So let's just take a quick break and welcome back.
Wakani wuli bungalu kubamani mame bungalu rit mabili kubamani bungalu biya kaw forsa maka furani bungalu biron ci blenj burum kukulani umetari ñu nena simbati girl mangalu uwas ndiko ci trulu ci wi bungalu uci mdo yirdi ba metu buruk saka biriw uci wini ndika tend me am wini biriw wina sino wina ninu mabu mebli wini ngalu mo wina to Howin to makuye, umundu mebli, wini winu, wakanine, Wakani nampuli puni mangala rubunim ya sumareni hola swear God nampuli zetem. You took my heart away, buma taxi lendem. You manai and de uros to kataperum.
Yeah, man, welcome back, Pascal. Let's talk about his music and the video, man. I saw By Mike in the video, man.
Yeah, By Mike is a big brother, you know, he's a big brother. He's like a family to me now, you know. At first, you know, it was like he's part of the people who inspired me to start doing my songs in Manjago, you know. Yeah. So I linked him on IG, you know, we had some chit chats, exchange numbers, this and that, you know. So finally, I was able to convince him. He came to the Gambia, we did a song here, everything. We went back to Dakar, produced the song, mixed and mastered everything. Then came back again, we shot the video and visuals. Did
you know,
video.
I saw Bale on his moves, man, doing it big, man. So Bale, your question for Kabi?
Oh. You know, I want Kabi to look at me in the eyes. Kabi, I'm going to hold me.
Mine.
Nga jakarlo ak man nga wax man. Lady Lina, sa gel la da du sa gel. Sa jam la da du sa jam.
Exactly.
Wait, what's up about that?
No, Kabi, we need to know.
No, xam nga lu xew. Dafa ñëw fii.
Exactly.
Mu rafetal affaire si rek mu dem yoonam. Léegi yow nag dafa nga góore. Na góore.
Man góore na.
Ba pare soo ko wax génne lunettes yi. Lunettes yi na génn. Kabi,
fan yaa ngi la tere.
Kabi.
Lu ngeen bëgg gis yéen lu ngeen bëgg xam.
Léegi Kabi waaw. Kabi nga ne. Léegi sa gel la wala du sa gel.
Du sa gel.
Fan yaa ngi la tere.
Yoon nga pièce xaalis ma pile la may xool ba xam dama war a wax.
You see, Kabi is trying to.
Kabi mu ngi dive question.
Non, en fait wax dëgg fa yàlla. Xam nga bon. Clip bi maanaam ñu bëri ñu ngi ciy wax ñu ngi soupçonné ba xam sama gel la oo du sama gel mais li clip bi laaj la ñu def. xam nga parce que tey dañu war a mën a jaay tam suñu liggéey. tu vois te et puis tamit li ci nit ñi di laaj moo ci am solo ba xam moom la wala du moom. But I like you, boy.
So let's go for music video, man. I like you, boy. It's on fire, man. Let's watch this music video and come back.
It's J Life music. The most original. Every time you talk, mangi hala. Hey baby boy, kai wa malobuga. Hey handsome, hana yo no to that. Ngani na mulo dara. Every time you talk, mangi hala. Hey baby girl, kai wa malobuga. Pretty baby, kai wa no to that. You're driving me crazy, yo. Your body like a Romeo. Pull up on a lorry, yo. Boy, I wanna marry you. Can you giving me energy? I mean like a Hennessy. Boy, you alone, me see. This and love, what do man easy, yeah. Then I'm all dara. Every time you talk, mangi hala. Hey baby boy, kai wa malobuga. Hey handsome, hana yo no to that. Every time you talk, mangi hala. Hey baby girl, kai wa malobuga. Pretty baby, kai wa malobuga.
Hey man, that's a song by Lena featuring Kabi. Kabi video be the fun, eh? Song be it's nice, everything is nice about the video, man. But now, Pascal, let's talk about you, bro, for real, man. What is the next biggest thing for you, Pascal?
Like, let them just watch out. Let them just watch out. Telling everybody to watch out. Mark my words, I mean it, you know. Like, I'm the new game.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Kabi, you're in Gambia, it's a Gambia League.
Yeah, man.
And you, we are welcoming and loving it as well, man. So Tay, we're gonna have a collab with you and Pascal. We're gonna have a collab with Tay in the studio with me, man. Yeah, man. So Mariam, just want to beat me, man. I'm collab. Today we're gonna have fun, man.
I have a title for Pascal. He's the Manjago Prince.
Exactly, Manjago Prince in
No
the studio,
problem.
man.
I'll carry that from today.
Yeah, somebody be moving.
Basi on the beat.
Esa. Kala kora kunjungi nyako chenye. Esingira mefojuli mbebe. Kamanjora kunjungi nyako chenye. Esingira mefojuli mbebe. ma chérie, yow ni mangi mon bébé, yow ni mangi ma chérie, yow ni juke mon bébé, yow ni mangi ma chérie.
Dégg na ya fi daxa talaba dof doful be sagama abug na njako dika fu niga lekka mbaam aka mun nanan sangara jaga bu ñëw te mu sahar ñu ne dañ ma gëj a dégg ma cabaxal go ci gëga jaru nga dégg ya jantu tere nga
Kala kala kujuminya kutenye Esingira me fajoli mon bébé Kamanjora kujuminya kutenye Esingira me fajoli mon bébé
Yo Tendim puatu mandang katuta kay Tegal maya pumba mengaluki Dolen jago mendigo mesperera Amut serel bro prem top zero serelak
Anine sembe
Mais non, lui collabore là. Kami, lui qui collabore là, donne collabore là.
Tey wax dëgg fa yàlla mënuñu ko éviter ndax def naa ak son koo xamante ne nii tey Baye Maay def naa ak moom tamit son bu yàggul sama grand la mu nekk koo xam ne tam mi ngi dimbali ñëpp te moom bu duggee ci cours boobu rek ñun dañuy dugg ak moom ci cours boobu ba mu jeex.
I'm going to facilitate that as well. So Pascal, Kami, your final words. C'est sa fancy, c'est Gambian fancy.
Bon di nuyu ñëpp wax dëgg fa yàlla li am contentement bu rëy xam nga nekk ak yéen ci plateau bi parce que lii mooy wane ni jàmm fépp la xaj. maa ngi jóge ba Casamance tey dalal ngeen ma fii Gambia xam nga donc loolu mooy wane ni ñun ñëpp benn lañ. musique nag amul frontière dëkkul fenn. voilà donc di ci am contentement bu rëy di fi nuyu ñëpp ñi fi nekk. di wax sama fan si nag ni aw ma seen fay. le tenjaamu yu panigale. le tenjaamu yu paniolo.
Final words, man.
It's a pleasure being here, you know, and that is it. Just telling everybody that let them watch out, you know. We have a lot of projects in the pipeline, you know. So we're here to take over, though.
But before I take a leave of you, man, I'm on point today. But don't be jealous. Did you say it, man?
Come on, take him from bottom to top,
man. I'm looking good.
Don't be jealous.
Yeah, man. But trust me, man. The guy behind my drip is Big Sang, man. Check him at Busumbala, man. Big Sang Fashion Store. He's gonna get you something like this, man. Trust it. You can call him on 397-3856. Check Big Sang. He's gonna get you on point, man. My drip is clear, man, for real, man. Kabi. Wow. So again, if you know, I'm gonna Busumbala. Wow. I said the Big Sang.
Big Sang.
The fashion shop for no.
Okay.
I'm gonna nice stuffs, man, for real, man. So for my end, I'm saying bye, but don't forget, man. Link with me on Instagram, Skangman_Sweezy. Link me, and then we're gonna do something, man. Something to do, man. So back to you, Bala.
Yes, thank you very much for coming on this platform. You know, so happy to have Kabi here. Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite in Casamance.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the Manjago boy. Yeah. Thank you very much. Until we come here again next week. Bye-bye.